Minnesota County, another area that saw a lot of damage during Hurricane Milton.
And that's where we find our Capitol reporter, Forrest Saunders. Forrest, I know you're in Englewood. What does the damage look like where you are now?
Yeah, I think technically, and this is just because I'm a stickler, I think we were in Charlotte County, but we're just right there on the edge. I mean, this is the borderline between Sarasota and Charlotte. And one of the reasons I point that out is because this whole area saw so much storm surge. I want to give you a little idea of the damage down here. So this is Knights Lane. I've gotten to know some of the people who live out here, and I'm telling you, they are really suffering. Not only do they still have a lot of standing water out here, but just look at what this storm surge did to some of these properties here. Basically, the stuff that was on the inside of their homes, it's now on the outside. It just flushed them out. And here's the other thing. This is the second major hurricane that they've experienced down here in 2 weeks, because Helene did some devastation, right? Helene flooded out some of these homes. And then Milton came through and just pushed all of it out. And I mean, it's the entire road here. Everybody might have to completely rebuild. In fact, at the end of the road, that's a roof. Some people don't even know where it came from. It's not from one of these houses. It floated up here with the water. There's an 82-year-old, Mr. Snyder, used to own the sports bar right around the corner. He just lost his wife. And now he's worried he lost his home. It's heartbreaking to hear these people's stories and understand that they just can't catch a break. I've covered a lot of storms, tornadoes over the years up in Iowa. And if you can say a good thing about a tornado, it's small, right? Hits a community, part of a community suffers, and it's terrible. But this, it's everywhere. It's up and down the coast. And some of these people don't know how they're going to rebuild. Another fella I was talking to, Jimmy Mayer, he was telling me that he doesn't have insurance. He's an older fella, and he just doesn't know if it's worth it anymore. He's mulling it. Loves the area. He said it's nice 364 days out of the year, but yesterday wasn't one of them. So there are a lot of broken lives out here. And a lot of people struggling to figure out what's next. And they're hoping that the state, federal government, can help make things right. But that's the situation on the ground right here in Englewood. And this is a place that people may forget about, right? This isn't one of the big towns that you think about when you think of Florida. But they're suffering here too. And it's heartbreaking. Guys?
Forrest, it's so tough to, I mean, especially those two people who you just talked to, and the poor man who lost his wife recently and worried if he lost his home as well. And just, I mean, tell them people aren't going to forget about them. I mean, that's the spirit of the Tampa Bay area. Truly, we've seen already people helping each other, and we saw it with Helene, some small towns as well. And I mean, we're not going to forget about them.
Yeah, I mean, and it's neighbors helping neighbors, and it's also so many giving folks all around the Bay Area, as we've seen going through other disasters like this one, that they will reach out and help, and all they have to do is ask. So, you know, here at ABC Action News, as you know, we have the Scripps Howard Fund that we ask folks for money to help people like the folks in Englewood right now who are suffering, who maybe have nowhere to turn, nowhere to live now, and they don't have the money to rebuild. Mm-hmm. But FEMA is offering to help, and of course, you know, so many beautiful nonprofit organizations who are so generous in our area will help them. And so just, you know, if you can pass along that they are not alone, and that the Bay Area will, you know, surround them with love and help, all they have to do is ask. They are not alone. Englewood is one of so many areas in our viewing area and really all across the state of Florida that are hurting right now. And so they are not alone, and we will be there for them, and so many others will as well. So I hope you can share that as you continue to tell their stories and stay out there helping those.
Yeah, just a little plug for local news, right? We stay here.
Yeah.
We keep covering the story until the story is done. And that's one of the things that you can always depend on. That's why we're here. That's why I'm, you know, standing here unshowered is because this is so important. People have to know what's going on down here. Guys?
Yeah, they do. And again, that's how our community helps, because otherwise we wouldn't know. So thank you, Forrest, for bringing us that story and sharing what's going on there, because we will reach out and we'll make sure that we follow up to make sure they're getting the help that they need.
And truly, that's why we have crews spread out all over the place.